Dru-Nation in the building. People can make music about killing each other, but don't talk about otherwise you'll get canceled. So you can't talk about otherwise you'll get canceled, because if you talk about, it's going to be a problem if you talk about. All right. So just letting anybody know, if you're on any public platforms or you're doing anything online, or just in general, don't talk about, because if you talk about, they'll cancel you. All right. But I do want to let you know some things you can talk about. You talk about shooting somebody in the head in a rap lyric. All right. You can talk about selling drugs to, I think, kids maybe in rap music. You can talk about a whole bunch of other nefarious activities. But you can't even, you have to watch what you say when it comes to, all right, this is just a PSA announcement. You better be careful when you talk about, because if you don't, they're gonna come find you. They're gonna make you be careful about it. All right, they are going to make you be careful about it. All right, the internet police or whoever, all right, whoever it may be, you best not talk about. You better not even think about it. All right, they're gonna pull a 1984 on you and send the thought police after you're behind. All right, they're gonna hit you with the thought police. They're gonna try to send the thought police after you. What are you thinking? Yo, when you log on, what does it say? What are you thinking? I got off of there. I said, oh, okay. Oh, okay. But when you go on the Facebook, it says, what are you thinking? Okay. Thought police. Thought police. All right. Want to know what you're thinking. Want to know how you're thinking. Want to be all up in your thought pattern. For what? Mind control. That's what it's about. Mind control. Can't speak how you want to speak. What happened to freedom of speech? They don't have that no more. That is gone. Everything is just leaving. Freedom of speech is out of here. You got to be careful what you say, because the powers that be don't play. Now you got to be careful what you say, because the powers that be don't play. All right, but look at God. Our God already knew what was going to happen. God already knows how these things can be. So he already hooked me up right ahead of time. All right, he knew what the devil was going to try to do. He knew what the enemy was going to try to do. But we right on target. We right on point, as always. All right. Glory to God. But people can pretty much make music and just make anything. It could be whatever they want to make. It could be as negative as they want to be, as harsh, as disrespectful, as toxic, as detrimental, as destructive, as unproductive, non-progressive, as they want to be. The worse off, the better. But you talk about, and they gonna come after you. All right, they gonna make sure never to ever speak about again. All right, so you better not mention. All right, because if you do, they're gonna come after you. That's wild. You can't even talk about it. You can't even say anything about. You see, I'm not. Hey, they got my respect. I'm not saying anything about. We're just gonna find other ways to do what we need to do, as we always do. All right, they can't stop us over. They can't stop us over here at Dru-Nation. You know, they can't stop us over here at Dru-Nation. They tried, but they were unsuccessful because we always come back harder, bigger, better, stronger. Always come back more improved. This isn't time off. We're not taking any time off here. We're not allowing ourselves to be stopped. You can't cancel the truth. You cannot cancel the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, we're always going to be all right. We just have to find some other things to speak about because we want to be careful and we want to be wise. You have to be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. So we have to be a little bit more wiser and a little bit more harmless with what we do. Doesn't mean we can't not say what we need to say. We just have to do it in a way to where we can get our point across, but still get our message out at the same time. Otherwise, you will get canceled. So being smart, you have to move smart. Sometimes it may be an instant where you have to learn from something that you did, but once you learn from it, you make sure you don't do it ever again. Once you learn from it, you make sure you don't go back there and make that same mistake. Because once you learn from it and you do it again, that's when it becomes a mistake. So regardless of what everybody else is doing and regardless of what everybody else can do, we're not going to worry about what everybody else is doing and they're allowed to do this and they're allowed to do that. And we're not going to focus on that because that does nothing for us. Even though our point is a valid one, we still have to bring it on home. Take accountability for what we do and responsibility for what we do and focus on ourselves so that way we could learn from what we do so that way we don't make the same mistake. So regardless of it being them trying to make it bad for us, it's still going to turn out good for us. It's still going to turn out positive for us because now because now we're really thinking because now we're really thinking you know you do you understand? Now we're really thinking. If they, here's the thing, if they can't cancel your mind, they can never cancel you. They might be able to cancel you, but they can't cancel your mind. If they can't cancel your mind, they could never cancel you. You're always thinking of another way. You're always thinking of something different. You're always thinking of what else can I do? Not just accepting defeat, not just accepting what they want for you, but always keeping your mind focused on what you want for yourself. They can't stop a person that keeps their mind focused on what they want for themselves. You build a cement wall around that person and tell them you can't go anywhere. That person is going to have a spoon and be digging away and making a way. And they're going to find a way to get out that trap, to get out that situation. Making sure that they are able to get to where they want to. Can't cancel somebody that won't cancel themselves mentally. Your mind is always working, always going, always doing something more than what they expect you to. You have to be always willing to do more regardless. Sometimes you even have to do more than you thought you would have to. But you have to be prepared for this. This is what you wanted. This is what you want. Your walk has to match your talk. So if you talk good, that means you should walk good. And if not, you're going to have to catch up to your words. So that way you can actually be the person that you know you can be when you look at yourself. If you don't think that way about yourself, change how you think about yourself. Don't let something that happened or something that someone does or what they say change how you think about yourself or how you go about doing something. There are things that happen that change the course of people's thinking when it comes to what they're doing. Someone may have a business, it may burn down to the ground, God forbid. They may not want to start another one back up. They may not have the money to start one back up. They may not want to ask for help. They may just say, screw it all, I'm not going to do it anymore. They may just leave it in the dust. But then you'll have that one person that something will happen to their business and they're going to keep going. They're like, you know what? I have to come up with an idea that's going to allow me to keep moving and keep getting my business back up and running how it's supposed to be. It's not going to be what it was, but I have to start over again, and I'm okay with that. You have to be willing to sometimes do more than you would expect when it's something that you really want to do. It may be something you don't feel like doing, something you didn't think you'd have to do, which is kind of draining because it's like when things just randomly happen that you don't expect to happen, it could take a toll on you. It could discourage you, make you just want to stop and give up altogether. But that's not who you are. You're not that kind of person. You know better than that. You know you can't stop now. There's too much at stake. You got work to do. What everybody else is doing is none of your business. What everybody else is getting a pass with, it could be the devil's work. You don't know. They could be giving that stuff a pass because that's what they want people to be on right now. And when you talk about or any other truth, then they may try to cancel you. They may try to prevent you from speaking, prevent you from uploading, prevent you from posting. They got to put you in timeout. All because you're starting to get through. You're starting to shake some people up in some higher places. Hey, I don't like what he's saying. I don't like what this person is saying. What you're saying isn't hurting anyone, but it might be hurting some people's pockets. You know how they don't like whistleblowers. They don't like people who are opinionated about their system, about their matrix, about their program. You try to talk about the plans they have in place, they gonna come after you. You start saying things that are going to dismantle what they're trying to put in place. They're going to stop you from being able to say what it is that's on your mind because it goes against the power structure. And if you say too much, it might just come crumbling down. But people can talk about all these other things, destroying themselves, pumping drugs in their community, harming kids, shooting people's family members, actually doing it, making actual songs about it. And no one has anything. Oh, wow, they bring them people on the news. That's a great song. Shoot him in the head and watch him bled. Now he's dead. How'd you come up with that? Great lyrics. Shot him in front of his mama's house. Blood splattered all over his mama's mouth. That's the lyrics. Everybody's cool with that. They're okay with that. You know, baby's head explode when I up the AK up from off the road. So they're okay with that. Talk about killing people and all this other stuff. They're okay with that. Creating sociopaths and serial killers and murderers. They're okay with that. But telling somebody something that's telling someone something that's positive for them, that could potentially make things better for them. And we're not going to get too far into that, but because you can't talk about, but you can talk about anything else: murder, death, violence, anything that's inappropriate. Yeah, go ahead, talk about that, because that fuels the system, that fuels the matrix. That's what they want. That's the type of entertainment that they want. It puts people on a frequency. It makes people act how they want, and it keeps people under the type of control that they want. You've seen the movie They Live. Eat, make babies, spend your money. Eat, make babies, materialism, buy everything. Pump money into our program. Pump money into this matrix. You got to buy things. And of course, people need money for things. But sooner or later, people are going to realize that they can do things for themselves, make their own clothes, grow their own food, figure out how to do everything else for themselves. People are going to end up going back to each other, and people are going to end up trading with people again. People are already 3D printing things. Somebody right now is probably coming up with their own toy company. People are going to start supporting each other and stop supporting that system, because that system is behind all the things that you're dealing with on this lower level, as far as all the attacks, the gang stalking, people under mind control. It's the programming that they're putting out that's affecting them and making them act that way. And when you speak against it, possibly preventing some people for going along with its program or its agenda, that's what they have an issue with. It's like you have people in line to go along with what they have in place, and what you're standing there with a megaphone speaking, and you're making people get out of line. And what do they can't have? Oh, you're out of line. They can't have people out of line. You're out of line. You're not in line with what they want, or the program that's put in place that they want everybody to be under and to accept, because they're under mind control. They want you to just go along with everything, and be a robot. We're not bots over here. We're not robots over here. We might do the robot on a good day, but even when they try to make you have a bad day, find a way to have a good day. Even if they try to stop you from working, find a way to keep working. Your work ethic doesn't depend on somebody else. You may go to do something. Some people might have said they were going to show up. Nobody may show up. Still perform. Still sing, still get on stage and tell your jokes, still get on stage and perform your act, because all that matters is that you got up on stage and did that. All that matters is that you did what you needed to do. You got done what you told yourself you were going to do. That's programming your mind to have a standard for your work ethic. Some people do things, but they don't have a standard set in place for themselves. Some people do things, but they don't have a standard as far as their work ethic. They'll just do it, slap it together, boom, whoop, there it is. They don't put time into it. They don't study to make it better. They don't find ways to improve it. They don't do things to enhance their level of growth. They can't cancel you. You would end up canceling them before they canceled you. So we're not gonna talk about anymore. We're not gonna talk about. We're just gonna move forward. All right. We're going to. We got dual action now. All right. We got dual action now. We're not playing in this 2024. We got dual action now. So we have a whole lot more that we're going to be doing. It's time to work. It's time to get busy. It's time to grind. All right, it's time to do a little more. It's time to really be all that we could be in every way, form, and fashion. All right, they can't cancel somebody who's not going to allow themselves to be canceled. They can't lay you off unless you lay your mind off. They can't cancel you unless you cancel your mind. Don't be canceled up here. They can't cancel you up here. They can't cancel you anywhere else. Your mind is always going to be moving, always going to be going, always going to be creating new ideas because you're in tune, you're connected. And on top of that, you're very creative. All right. The world is backwards. Yes, it is. We're still going to keep going as hard as we can go. We're not going to make that an excuse. They may not like how you go about doing it, but they don't have to. They don't have to like how you do things. How you do things is the way that God intended for you to do them. So if they don't like something that you have to say, find a different way to say it. Be wise. Don't do things to antagonize the powers that be. Don't do things to purposely get yourself shut down or canceled. Be wise, be smart. Okay, this doesn't work. I won't say anything else about. I'll talk about other things. I'll explain how I feel about other things. Talk about my opinion on other things. Give advice on other things. But we won't be talking about because they don't like that. But we're still going to be uploading. We're still going to be going strong. We're still going to be going hard. All right. This is going to be a whole other thing we got going on here. Going to find some other cool, unique things to do with this as well. We have a lot of good videos coming for you also. A lot of unique, a lot of creative things coming to this channel. And also support me on my other channel, Drew Tubes, God's Chosen Vessels. Support me on that channel as well. But this is something new, something different. We're still going to be having our regular scheduled programming and daily videos like we have on the other channel, some similar, some different. But for the sake of time and being convenient of me already having what I was going to do and put in place on my channel for today, I figured why not just do my uploads for I was going to do another channel on this one and then I'll just be able to come up with some ideas as far as this one and as far as the other one. So stay tuned in with me, your main man, all right? Your brother, Drew too, but you can just call me Drew, all right? And I appreciate all the support that everybody has been giving to my channel and to me. I wanted to go live and spread my love back to you all as far as the support that you've been giving me. But I can't go live on the other channel right now because they put me in YouTube jail. All right, so we're just going to move forward. We're really not going to spend too much time focusing on that. We have videos to make, we have ideas to create, and we have more ways to be great. All right, so I'll see you all in the next video. Peace. I'll get with you later. This is Dru-Nation signing out.